Anthony, you guys are breaking up.
Do you think Hibernate could be the issue?
I don't know, but how would Hibernate be the issue unless
Yes, we can hear you now, Anthony.
Oh, it's fine.
Go ahead.
Our connection is a bit shaky, so.
I think we followed a little of the discussion you were having, Win and Willa, and I don't know. I mean, I agree with Win. I think Hibernate would probably be faster, or at the very minimum be the same. I'm kind of, I know we are trying out everything, but I think what we need to do is we need like those two code bases and compare them.
The current one and the previous
Yeah,
one.
as in those specific controllers to ziangalia, and then we see where the differences are. Because where the differences are is where the performance in a get a hit.
Correct.
It could be that.
Or is it the version of
The version of what Hibernate? Or the supporting level?
because it's not even that, because I've been trying just to go to a link on that server. It was too slow today. Any link from on production. So is it could it also be other things other than searching?
You mean like the actual server itself?
Yeah, I was just trying to like search for forms. It takes so long even to load just the URL. And today it was so.
Yeah, so basically, guys. Oh, okay. Alpha, are you? I think you're not finished, are you? Okay, you guys are not coming through. You're breaking up. Okay, at least can you hear us? If you can hear me, maybe I can just talk because I can't hear. Can somebody type if we can hear you? I mean, if you can hear me, because I can't hear you. It's like you're gone. Can't hear anything. Nothing, Anthony. I don't know, Alpha or Reagan.
I hear a little blip here and there that sounds like Alfaio's voice.
Okay, I hear nothing. So that is strange. Yeah, and now I hear here and there, like you said.
Oh, this is weird. Can you hear us now?
Yeah,
now we
now
can.
Yep.
This is good.
Okay, this is almost magical. We were just brainstorming with Alfaio. So the two approaches that we were discussing were, one, to do a code by code review to compare the 1.97 controller stuff, the controller that picks up that DWR request, and to compare that code and follow it down all the way to the DAO, and then do the same with the 1.8 code. Because where the change is probably where the bottleneck is coming in. That was one. But Alfaya was also proposing that it could be the hardware. I don't know. I mean, I know some of these more advanced servers have some rather advanced caching mechanisms and things like that. But ideally, those should make the hardware faster. But it's worth investigating.
So we know that the queries that are being performed, that those perform quickly.
No, we don't.
Yeah, so basically, I think the idea of hardware, I can't rule that out, but if you think about this, I've been trying this on my machine, okay? That's a different hardware. I'm still facing the same problem. Rock has been running it on, that is, he's hosting it somewhere, okay, I don't remember the name exactly, but it's hosted somewhere, and we're still seeing the same problem, okay? That is a different hardware. And what I did is basically, if you guys who said you were following the discussion, but you didn't get the whole part. So what I did is, I tried changing the API calls to make them doing like the perfect match on identifiers, and it was still taking a lot more time than I expected. And then I tried changing the DWR patient service and just put a very simple call, remove all that complication like okay, because in the DWR patient service code, there is a way it is creating the. I think Anthony should. Yeah, that's better. So there's a way it is creating this the criteria to match either on identifiers, part of identifiers, patterns, and that stuff. I just get rid of that and just do it the simple match, like put the name and just do it. It is still slow. And then I did a profiling using YourKit Java profile, and then I followed up the way the execution takes place the moment you're submitting the code until you get the results back, and it showed that the method that takes a lot of time is the one that is hitting the database. So no matter what I do in these other methods, like changing the way you are querying the database, like either you're doing the exact match or you're doing the pattern match, still that method, the one that hits the database, takes a lot more time than we can tolerate. Like it takes like close to 1 minute. So
do you know that the queries that it performs at the database level are those fairly quick?
the query, I wouldn't say that. I tried to get the query from the Hibernate, but okay, well, before this call, that's what I was trying to do. So I was trying to get the query and try to run that query on the database itself and see how long it's going to take. So I'm not really sure if the query is slow or it's fast, but yeah, that's where I am right now.
Okay.
But the point is that method that is bringing the stuff from the database, that's the one that takes a lot of time. So no matter what I do, these are the methods.
So we need to get to that query because we need to know is the query itself slow or is it interpreting the results of the query that's slow?
That's interesting. It could be interpreting the result of the query. Yeah, well, so it could be very fast to get the. Yeah, that's another very interesting perspective.
Yeah, if the query runs sub-second, then we know that we have the code in there is too heavy. If that in terms of how it handles the result set, maybe it's making too many objects or something. If however the query takes a minute, then we know it's an indexing issue, it's a database issue, and we might, with the right index, we might solve the problem or greatly improve it.
Yeah, so basically, if you look at that query, at the end of the query, you have these ordering columns. And I think in all the cases, I haven't examined all the cases, but you have ordering by given name, last name, first name. So I thought, okay, if we are ordering on this, that might be the problem. I mean, if you need to order on a column, then you need to arrange all this stuff. So I said, okay, let's see. I didn't expect to see indexes on person name, but there are indexes on every name column on there. So I was kind of surprised.
And you have slow queries. Are you logging slow queries?
I haven't done. I haven't done that.
That might help too. Is if you turn on logging of slow queries in MySQL, you could do a query manually that you know takes a long time to prove that it shows up in that log, and then you could do the name search and see if that might if it, in fact the query is taking a long time, that might give you the query quicker than trying to read through a Hibernate log of every query going through.
Yeah, that would be helpful. Actually, it's very tough because there are so many queries produced at one moment. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do the slow query logging. Okay, so that's where we are with this issue.
Now we just need to get internet in Eldorado.
What? Get
and on that note, here they are back.
okay.
So we were just checking, and it does seem that production actually does log the slow queries. And what we're trying to do is just to open up and see what queries those are. But I think one of the things that threw us off the track when considering that whole indexing issue was because we transferred the indexes. I mean,
Just talk. You are not lost.
Is it?
At the end when you left.
We're not connected.
We can hear you, Regan.
We can hear you, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. No, I was just saying that one of the things that threw us off that track was because we thought we had set up the correct indices because we kind of more or less just moved them over from 5.1 to 5.6. But I'm not saying, I'm saying it's definitely worth a look, but that's probably one of the things that I guess which kind of made us think differently. But anyway, I'm logging in right now I'm logging into the production server. I just want to see if some of the slow queries have been backed up. I have to check them from the database. Anyway, but we can have a look. We'll check and see if any slow queries have turned up.
Cool.
Yeah, but right now what we are doing, there's one of the things that we're trying to do, like I said, is doing that code review. We're just checking. We're comparing the code for 1.9 and 1.8. So if there are any changes, especially on the controller all the way down, then that's where we're kind of zooming in. We want to see if one of those changes has, because when you look at it, like Willa said, everything looks fine.
We need some indicator that's in Google Hangout that tells you when your voice isn't coming through.
Maybe there is. We just don't know how to use it,
I think maybe us talking might be that indicator.
Regan, are you guys still there? We can only hear like one word every other second.
Yeah, I think Buck can mimic that so nicely. Buck, could you please mimic that for us?
Could I do what?
Mimic that. You always say, "Yeah, I can hear you," like that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah. They sound fine to me.
Oh.
Ah, they're back.
Yeah. We're back. Sorry, I think our link, there's something up with our link.
Yeah, please repeat everything.
No, I was just saying that the approach that we were hoping you guys could join in on was comparing the code bases between 1.9 and 1.8. So we have the two branches.
Yeah, I know one change that was introduced, I believe, was in the query widget. We wanted to be able to determine how many results were coming back. So being able to report, we found in results, and now we're pulling them back for you. And so that's one potential place where there could be slowness if we're going and getting the full count before we return any results.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I think the first thing is we'll try running that query as Buck suggested. We'll see if just that query runs, well enough, like in reasonable time. Because if then that's the case, then now we'll give that a try. And I was just, I was suggesting that you guys can log on, or we can somehow share our screens, and you can see what we're doing.
So one potential way to find it quicker if you have access to the code would be to change the code so that it does change that query in the code where it goes to pull the results and add in select foobar and then whatever it needs. Add some word that's easy to search for. Then you could search the logs for that word and quickly find the query.
Yeah, so Regan, regarding the code review, like I think I said this yesterday also in the day before yesterday in the management call. So the thing is, I did that comparison between the 182 branch and 197, the branch which we're using, and for most part the API code. Okay, I don't have the very clear memory right now because I did it back in Sunday, I think, or Monday. It is not, for most part, it is the same code, and that's why I didn't resolve into changing the code and seeing what's going to happen, because I was like, we are running the same code. I mean, it's exactly the same code. So why would this code have a problem while it is the same code? And that's why when I did this profiling, and then I saw this problem we're getting on this method, the one that is hitting the database, then I think for most part, for now, we should concentrate on examining this query and see exactly what is happening with the query, because probably that's the biggest problem we have. Since I already said that, I already tried to do like the directly searching without having all these different options, just like it do a direct search of an identifier or direct search of a name, without having to consider whether this is a name or this is an identifier. So I did all this kind of testing, and it seems like still the query is slow. So although we can have all those problems, or probably there is something going on in the code, but for now I think we should concentrate on the query and see the result. If the query is fast, it is fine, and then you can say, okay, that's not our problem. But I guess we can have our efforts on the query for the moment.
Do it again, Bert, the impression.
Did you hear that? I can't believe that it is. Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard about it for years.
Good job, Bert.
Yeah. Oh, they're back.
Yeah, we're back.
We are back.
You guys, I think you come through better when you're not downloading the movie.
Yeah, this is a really nice movie right now. Anyway, I was just making a suggestion to.
What am I saying? I'm sure you have the World Cup playing on the side, don't you?
Oh, yeah, no such luck. Anyway, I was just proposing to Wheeler that we all like log on to his machine and have a look. If we can probably all look at the same thing at the same time, maybe we might notice something that the other is missing. And maybe resolve it a little faster. I don't know what you guys think.
Regan, how do you suggest we do this exactly?
If you can like share your screen, I think there's a way you can share your screen or something. And then
Okay.
and then we can run it and see how that goes.
So if you're planning to run the query, okay, I'll have to reproduce the query right now. I don't know if I can do that. Okay, let me see if I can get the query. We can keep on discussing, or you guys keep on doing other things while I'm trying to get the slow query. Then, but I don't know that I'll need to run that query on my SQL, so I'm not sure if that is okay. Fine, let's just try.
You need to configure. You need to add that config. Then
For running SQL queries.
yes.
Mimi shida yangu niliona ngoja link it was so slow.
Let me see.
Nilikuwa najaribu hata kutaka kufungua nini, hata kufungua nini. Lakini nimekuja kwanza kama query, maybe database performance.
See,
Sababu that instead of when it comes in a click.
this is the
hata kulogin was taking long.
Is there a global property for slow queries, logging slow queries?
No, that's done in MySQL.
The MySQL one, okay.
Yeah, there's a MySQL setting to turn on logging of, to specify a log for slow queries.
Oh yeah, that the my.in, that's right. MySQL.
My.ini.
Mm-hmm. You know what ini is?
Google, if you Google MySQL slow query, you'll find, I'm sure, plenty of information about it.
Yeah. Do you know what ini is, Mark?
The word ini?
Yes.
It's for the choice of any of them.
No, it is a Swahili word for something very delicious.
Ugali?
Ugali is also Swahili. How can ugali be ini?
Well, it could be anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. Really, I mean, come on.
Let's just do this. It's not that. There is no such file. They're not being logged. Hey,
So it means
Now we can hear you just fine again, Anthony.
no, we were just looking at the my.cnf. I think you're probably at the same place. There's the slow,
MySQL slow queries
yeah,
log file.
the log file, but it doesn't seem to be there. We can't find it on the directory, like on the path where it's indicated on the my.cnf.
You're 60.
You can override that path using under the conf d if it's overridden.
That is probably because it is never created in the first place. Because and that could be the reason could be because the time it takes for most queries is not exceeding the set time limit. So you might want to tweak that also.
There you go. It's a simplest. It's a simple. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's been overridden. It looks like it looks the same. Exactly. It's exactly the same. Let's look one. Look at this file. SQL 6.
Yeah, I think it's because of the setting. So the slow query log setting is set to 60, which means it's only going to log query longer than 60 seconds, I think.
Yeah. So
It should be set to a
30
small
probably.
number, like 1 second.
1 second. No, that's too low. It's too short time. Probably 30, between 20 and 30 maybe.
The other piece would be, in the code, if you can introduce, like I was saying, introduce just a, find the select that goes, that calls Hibernate or whatever to get the results for the search, and add essentially add a select ABCDE or some, or some unique string, so as part of that query. That way you'd have like a marker, something that you could go in the logs and quickly find that exact query.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I mean, just by tagging that query in the code, by making some unique string as part of the request, even if you just, like if you're selecting name and patient ID, you would say select XJ9432 name and patient ID, like the string XJ9342, and or star 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 or whatever. And obviously you'll just get that value back, but you could then go in the logs, search for that string, and you would instantly find that query.
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm trying to do here. Okay.
confirmed.
Okay.
Actually, when we use it confirm number.
Oh. .6.
Yeah, here it is.
Why would they change? It's like to reversed from slow query log slow queries. Why would they do that?
It's not, we saw a couple of them. Some of those database parameters, some of them because to prevent the database from coming up. So we had to change them we had to research and find out what the new equivalent is. Then once you replace it in the methods, then everything is okay. But if you don't, the database doesn't come.
It's kitu kwanza inaweza kuwa hata database tuning to some extent.
You know, maybe it was some tuning that was done before. Okay, here it is.
Alafu
Yeah. Be aware that this log type is a performance killer. Okay. That's all, because it's logging. As of 5.1, you can enable the log at runtime. So it's slow query log. It's slow query log file, which is exactly the one that's here. Slow query log file.
exactly. Alafu when it's set to 60, slow query log.
Look at this one.
Hebu angalia slow query log.
Go back. Find that. The slow query log variable controls logging to show the slow query for the selected destinations. For the selected destinations and setting specific files.
Permission denied. Seriously?
Hey Willa, we're looking at the my.cnf.
Yes.
And you see there's a section on logging.
Yeah.
And we haven't been able to see the slow query log file. Although it specifies in the my.cnf that it should be created on the var log mysql folder.
Ah, wait. Do you have slow query on? Slow query log, is it on? I can't hear you guys.
They were looking at their slow query log, so I assume it was on.
No, probably it is not because they say they can't find the file. So if it is on, if it's off, I don't think the file is being created, is it?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
long query time, but unajua vitu zilizoje.
Yeah, slow query log file. One. This is the old version. One log slow queries. Now the new one is a slow query log. Yeah. So this should be
It should be one.
Yeah, this should be one. Hey, Willa.
Yes.
We want to edit the my.cnf to change like the parameter there.
Yeah,
it's
put
given
one.
as 60. You've put one?
Yeah, put it. Slow query log is given 60.
Yeah, 60.
Okay, that should be for the time. That's, I think that is it's not supposed to be 60. Anyway, 60 should do if it is. I don't know how MySQL interprets that, but if it interprets any number greater than 0 as true, that should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we were looking at where the log file should be, and we can't see the log file. So we thought the reason is because the value should either be 0 or 1.
Yeah, try 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I used the 1 on my system and it set it to true. When I run the show global variables again, I see it is saying it shows true. So you can run that. Just run that command I've typed. There's a command I've typed there. Show global variables like slow. What do you see? Do you see, is it displayed as on, off?
Sorry, say that again.
When you look at in the chat window, I've typed a command that says show global variables like, quotes slow %. What does it show on MySQL? Run that on MySQL. If it shows off, then you should turn it on.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Regan? Oh, okay, so you can do that. You can just check.
Isn't the same?
Huh?
You want to make you wrote.
Yes, sir.
I got what you wrote.
You?
You wrote up.
But you still need credentials.
No, give me a point your buffer. Don't ask credentials.
No, to the database.
Yeah, I know yes.
Okay.
The only two people who have, I think it's back. Yes, it's the problem.
Password.
Okay.
Slow.
Okay, guys. Actually, I have a slow query here, but it is very, it is ugly. So I don't know.
It is.
Very ugly. You know, it has a lot of stuff in it.
Could you share whatever you have, Willa, like on IRC or something?
Yeah, I could.
Okay. Or
It's,
right now
but
and see if that appears
no,
in slow queries.
If you paste it in IRC Cloud, I think it will automatically make it a paste bin.
yeah, but for this to take
Yeah,
effect,
it can do that.
you have to restart my.
So Pastebin is a better option. All right. Here you go. Ah, no, it didn't. What's going on here?
Fair.
It doesn't give me the option to do that. Usually I give that option. Like, it is strange. It doesn't give me that option.
User error.
Use what?
I said user error.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. It does. Usually it says, "Do you want to paste it?" Okay, I'll just go direct and paste it on Pastebin.
You see, yeah, it's this one. So it's the query.
Why? Yes, because it is long.
Wait, this is one query?
Yeah, that's one.
Wow.
This is from your machine.
Yep.
All the way up. Let's have a look at it.
Sorry?
Let's see. It looks
Okay,
like
look in the chat window. I give you the URL, the Pastebin. Okay, I'll just give it on.
Actually, paste bin will work. Thanks for the thinking hand.
Pastebin. Okay, blog RSC. Mark, how did you do this? I mean, it is strange. Usually, when I put a lot of text in the text box, it gives me the option to transfer it to Pastebin. But this time, it just posted it directly without asking for anything.
I think it's when you post lots of lines, and what you posted was one really, really long single line.
Ah, okay, yeah.
back looking out.
Huh?
So that was that link was back.
Okay, so that's the way. I'll try to run it directly on the MySQL and see what happens.
Yeah.
So they automatically offer it when you do a multi-line paste. So you'd have to add one carriage return in your paste.
Okay. Multi, like two, just two is enough?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, all you have to do is so it's Shift Enter will do a new line inside your post. So if you pasted and then did Shift Enter, it would then offer to send it as a paste bin.
Okay. Thank you. I'll try to remember that shortcut. Shift Enter. So many shortcuts.
Yeah.
Is Jacob there?
Okay, guys, when I run this query on my system, it is taking close to 1 minute. It is 59 seconds.
How long?
58.28 seconds.
Sounds like
Okay, I'm typing it.
5 minutes. Okay.
Seconds.
How can you not run it on my skill? Wait, Will, you said you're running this on your machine or on production on the MySQL?
On my machine.
Okay, so your data set is huge, or should we try and do the same against production?
It is huge. I mean, as far as the person table and the patient table is concerned, it's bigger actually than what is in production right now.
Okay.
Gender.
And you said it takes 15 seconds.
No, not 15. It is taking 59. Okay, I pasted the time
1 minute.
on IRC. I'll paste it.
Yeah, before it's 58.28.
Yeah.
It's taking a minute.
Yep. Yeah, Christ, you can say that.
I like the way you were going to say exactly, and then you stop yourself.
Okay, well, so 1 minute. Is that a very long time, or it seems like it should be fine?
Ilikuwa tu fuba.
Okay, wait. So there are like two queries, right? There's one to get like the total number of of patients whose names start with that, and then there's the actual. This is that one, right?
Let me see that one. I just got this law query from, there is FOBA there. This is selected. When you look at the code, I have to check the code first.
Select from patient ID.
Case when exists. Well,
This is the one that's fetching the results.
then 1 and 0.
Yeah. You remember that there were two queries. There's the first one that just gets like a count
Yeah.
of how many results there are, and then there's the second one. I think it's the second. This is the second one. It looks like the
This is the
second.
second one. The count one doesn't take long, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the second one. This is the one that is being called it is being produced. I don't know if it is produced. Criteria.list method. That's the one that is sent to the database. And let me see my profiler here and compare the timing.
Yeah. All identifiers are numerical, right?
Numeric.
They all start with numbers.
But I believe maybe FOBA is the entry, whatever. There's such string that enter. So it's either checking whether it's a name or identifier.
I think one thing we can do, if it's a convention that anything that begins with an alphabetical letter,
I can't find it. Okay. Well, I can't. I'll have to rerun the profile again. I can't find that file for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I deleted it. So we have 1 minute query, and I don't remember exactly, but I remember seeing the range between 40,000 milliseconds and maybe 50 milliseconds on the profiler. That was the time displayed for getting the criteria.list method to return when it is called. So probably we have a problem with the query, because if that's the time that it took for the method to return, and now we have a query that runs longer than the time taken for the method, maybe this has to do with the time we've been running this, and I don't know exactly. But I think the problem is the query there. So maybe we might want to refactor the query or look for the ways to improve. I don't know. We can't. It's not Hibernate. It's not the application. It's the query. So we need to work on the query. Oh, it is past our time. So Win, what do you suggest? I can keep on working with these guys if they want. It is fine. Fine
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, fine with me. But if they are okay, they are gone anyway. Are they still there? They're gone. So
Yeah, they're gone.
yeah, so probably we have no option but ending this call.
Yeah, InnoTop can analyze the query and see if we can update the index or do something with it. Otherwise, we need to probably think about updating the call, potentially, the API call.
You know what this tells me? Actually, it tells me this has to do with my SQL engine. For some reason, it is slow.
Yeah, that's really strange because, I mean,
Yeah.
you would expect to be better if you upgrade your system.
Yeah, so my SQL is upgraded to 5.6, and this is what we get. But when because see, these are the same queries which were run on 1.82, and the size of the database is the same.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, when we got 5.6, we get this query slow. Then the issue might be maybe I should look into tuning the MySQL. It might have to do with tuning the MySQL.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah. Did you try whatever it is, explain or what there's a MySQL command to examine a query and tell you how well it performed.
No, I didn't try that because at first I was concentrating on the application part. I didn't think it has anything to do with the MySQL. So now I've seen this, maybe I should concentrate on my MySQL as well and see if the problem is there instead of putting all the effort on the application side.
Yeah, I use InnoTop to do that analyze work. I think it's giving you a good view on how MySQL will, like the execution plan.
InnoTop does that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I guess I'll be working on that right now. I'll see if there's a way to tune MySQL and make this query even faster than it is right now. Well, thank you guys. Because the host is gone, I guess we might as well disappear.
Yeah. All right, guys. See you later.
All right.
Bye.